Well, hey fans, welcome back to another streaming review, and today we're talking about Agatha All Along. So, Agatha All Along is a supernatural miniseries created by Jac Schaeffer, starring Kathryn Hahn, Locke, Debra Jo Rupp, Aubrey Plaza, and a few other names. And this is the follow-up to WandaVision, which was created by Jac Schaeffer, and it was one of the most well-received Disney Plus original Marvel shows. And this one follows Agatha as she gets out of that spell that the Scarlet Witch placed on her, and she meets this young teen whose name isn't revealed until later, but they go on a trip to the Witch's Road to get their greatest desires fulfilled. Now, the teen realizes that Agatha has been on this road before and thinks that she can guide him to make sure that he can save a certain someone. And the way to do this, Agatha states that they need to gather up a coven. So, watching this show, first of all, there were many rumors circulating the show before it came out, some including that Marvel was unsure of it. Marvel was thinking about canceling it. This was made during the old regime, so they're not quite, pleased with how it turned out since Feige didn't have a lot of oversight. But in watching it, and watching how it made great use of the budget, how the acting is great, Kathryn Hahn is just a scene stealer all around. I think they did a decent job. I think they did a decent job with the show. I really enjoyed most of it. I did enjoy most of it. In terms of things I like I said, Kathryn Hahn, great. Locke, who plays the teen, he's actually pretty great as well. The mystery of it, the way it unfolds, trying to figure out how these characters are connected, who certain characters actually are, the past of Agatha Harkness, somewhat. I enjoy those aspects. I enjoy the music. Aubrey Plaza as the Green Witch, who turns out to be deaf. That's a minor spoiler. I really enjoyed her performance as well. And in terms of making great use of the budget, there's a scene on the Witch's Road where Aubrey Plaza's character leaves and she cuts a portal open. But as a viewer, you can clearly tell that is actually a physical set she's cutting open with a real knife and slipping through. But in terms of the show, it looks like that's just part of her powers and she can do that to reality. So I thought that was neat. And the mystery of who the teen is and who he turns out to be, I think is handled in a mostly good way. Now, once you get to the final few episodes, I think that's where the show loses steam to me. As someone who wasn't super interested in this show and really started to love it during the beginning and the mystery, and you get to the episode with Ilya, I believe, and the back and forth through time, best episode of the series. And then after that, the way things are explained, it just kind of falls off somewhat. Now, Agatha's backstory for a show that's called Agatha All Along, it is not delved into deep enough. There are a lot of questions left over between, Agatha and what was the deal with her son and what was her connection with death and how did they actually meet? What happened with her and her mom that's never fully explained. Why does her mom think she's evil? Why did she kill her original coven? Who are the Salem 7? And that's something I skipped over earlier. The Salem 7 appear in this series for no reason. They are unnecessary. We don't need them. If you cut them out of the show, the exact same things would happen. So I really, really hated that aspect of the show. And I got into this super long debate with this guy in my film group about why I think they fumbled the final couple episodes and all of his reasons for that's just your opinion. I'm like, you're not giving great reasons as to why these things didn't work. I'm giving actual factual reasons as to why these aspects of the finale leave people wanting. And you're just kind of hand waving it away. But that's his thoughts on the matter. But I was really there's certain things that I feel like they should have better explained. And partially, I think that was because they weren't sure they were going to get the second season of the show. They just kind of wanted to wrap things up as quickly as possible because they thought it was over. They didn't think it would be as well received as it did. Also, apparently, there's some stuff going around online that there was going to be some Kang influence in the show that they had to cut out and redo. Don't know too much about that, but overall, it was a good show. And I'll get into more in my spoiler review, but I really like Kathryn Hahn. I really like Locke. I like the costume design in this show. They put a lot of effort into it, even though they kind of skip over. You don't really get to dive deep into how well these costumes are made. But yeah, I like to see these characters return in the MCU, and there is rumors now, although it may not be an Agatha Along Season 2, that they are going to make another show with these characters returning. Now, I don't think it's going to be Vision Quest. I think that's going to follow White Vision as he regains himself as the original Vision and like creates his own family. It's basically gonna be like Vision's version of WandaVision. But I think there's gonna now be a 4th series with these magical characters. And hopefully, again, like with many other magical things in the show, like where is Wong? Where is Doctor Strange? Where are all the magical people just letting all this stuff happen? Like, I feel like now that Feige's back in control of all of it and we move past the multiverse saga, I feel like there will be more connective tissue between these series and more of the consequences and repercussions will be felt throughout in a more organic way. So in terms of the score, even though I didn't really care for like the final 2 episodes, and I think there was a lot of things that left me wanting, I'm gonna give it a good 4 out of 5. It was a good show, a good series, didn't cost Marvel too much money, and like I said, Kathryn Hahn is great. Thank you guys again for joining me for this streaming review. Remember, you can find the full review on YouTube and the website, flipfrogllc.com/flicksfrog. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. And please, pretty please, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.